Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your financial market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2021. That's where we're at, and today is, what timer? About 6:25 right now. So, as you know, I released my course, the online enhanced Bollinger Band course. And it is an enhanced course. It's things that I don't think other people are teaching out there. In fact, I'm pretty sure of that. It picks up where Bollinger Bands left off under John Bollinger, and I think that you're going to find it interesting. The first trade off of it, whether it wins or loses, I have no idea, was a buy today in the Dow. And that was accomplished. If you're a subscriber, you know that's the case to my research. And now we'll see if it wins or loses. But where you're in, you look pretty darn good. This is quite a rally. You've almost got 200 points in the market. Folks, don't count your profits before you cash out. It's dangerous. How do you take part in all this? Well, all you need to do is go to our website at www.iraepstein.com under the word education. You'll see the enhanced Bollinger Band course. There's even a video that you can see. I talk about what I teach in there and how it's done for this particular course. Very inexpensive. Okay. Notice the S's after a number of markets. We normally don't see that on a Thursday. That means they're not going to reopen tomorrow. You've got the same thing in all the metal markets. Notice that? They're not going to open tomorrow. Currencies are trading. That is the first thing to look at. I forgot if grains are going to open tomorrow, to be honest with you. I just plain forgot. I'd have to look at what they're doing. But just expect a lot of markets are not. You have some of the financial markets from the CME group open. Most of the other markets will not be open. And those from the CME are going to close early. You will see the reaction, though, I think, I'm pretty right on this, that we'll get to see the early morning reaction to the jobs number and to what the stock indices will do. They are looking for a growth of 1 million jobs. Okay. So when we look at the weekly area chart of closes, I'm a broken record. The bias has been up and you're at a new all-time high. The market's still going. You're up 1.28% so far for the week. You're in an all-time high on this chart. When you look, the pattern is higher lows, higher highs, still bullish. When you look here, you're over the 18-week average of closes. That means the bias is up. So where's the resistance? What would be the Bollinger Band? And it's right here. What do you do the first time you hit a Bollinger Band? I think the pros take money off the table. Now, in the course that I've just created, I teach you, should you take all the position off? Partial position. I'm not going to discuss that here for you. That's in the course. Did we develop an embedded reading? Well, you cannot count Friday's action, so we go to Thursday. Day one of embedded, not the day before, not the day before. You're an overbought market. So I have a set of rules that tells you what to do in the course for that. When we get to the NASDAQ, you're overbought. First challenge of the Bollinger Band. I'm going to say it again. I think the pros are taking money off the table there. In the Dow, you're fully embedded, have not hit the upper Bollinger Band until the red line closes under 79. I think the bulls have control of the market, looking eventually for the market to possibly get up to the 33,245 level. In the Russell, the market has gotten back to that 18-day average of closes. I call that the line in the sand. So often, if a market's up, it'll fight a battle right against that number, or down, the same thing. That's what I think is going on. When we take a look at VIX, this is the very first time you have hit a lower Bollinger Band in months, many months. Nowhere on this chart behind me do you see it having hit that. Therefore, I do think the pros wrote some puts here. We'll see how much threshold of pain they're willing to take. Their objective is 2038, but it's also a warning. If this works, it means you're going to get a rally here of about 3 points. That probably means stock indices, as you can see, these Bollinger Bands being hit could be a problem for some of them. In the 30-year bond, you have a pattern of a higher low, higher high, trend up. I don't recall the last time I said trend up since back here. You do realize that. What about bias? Oh my gosh, the bias is up in the market. So this is the first bit of that. Is it a big reversal? I don't know. I know that the trend is up until you take out the break low back here of 153.29, and if one were to buy this market at 155.26, that's a heck of a big risk. That's $2,000 on real money. I'll let somebody else do that one. 10-year note, not there. The market has still got a pattern of a higher high and lower low. I'd look for resistance at the 18-day average. It's correcting an oversold condition. In the dollar index, if the market drops from here and loses the embedded reading, you'd have to close under 79. Could this be a short-term dollar drop? It could. And how would that speak for the euro? Well, the euro's up 5 at 117.94. It still has an embedded reading that it hasn't lost. I wouldn't be surprised if these markets tread very carefully and then decide what to do right in front of the jobs data. But, you know, that's going to be a thin market night. Why thin? Because so many markets are closed around the world. You know, it is Good Friday. June British pounds, you've got lower highs, higher lows. By the way, Good Friday's the strangest holiday. You do know the banks are open tomorrow. So you can do certain banking, but you can't trade. It's just strange. You got here momentum up. You're fighting again against the 18-day average. Bitcoin, you've got a lower low, higher high. I'm covering Ethereum now in the metals update for you. It's a little soon to be trading it, but you know, it's developing patterns that you can look, see. How does that for the word? Not a trend here, an overbought. Overall bias still to the upside. Now we have to move to the June Brent, June crude oil. Why? I want them to be the same so we can see the difference. You got up to a differential of 360, falling back on this. Don't go buy it tonight because, well, you can. It's just not trading tonight. You know that. The markets aren't open tonight. And they won't open until, I believe, Sunday night in these again. But you have higher highs, higher lows. OPEC reached their deal. The deal's going to buy over 3 months, bring back about 1 million barrels a day, in ratcheting about a third, and a third up to that million number approximately, if the COVID situation tames down. If not, they'll rethink what they're doing. But that's the first thing. And the fact that they're not bringing it on slam dunk, the market liked, and that was the reason you had a bit of a rally. As you can see right now, I can't tell you, it's got a 5 o'clock time frame, so how do I tell you to do anything in that market? You're up in the June WTI, 5 o'clock time. There's no trades going on there either. Rebob gasoline closed, still looking good. You know that I'm friendly for the spring season going in there. So you put it all together, you're going to see what we get. Tomorrow's jobs data is going to be one of the events, and then the market has to pick up and see what that's going to mean when we get the after-hour trading, if so to speak, in these markets. We'll see what everybody thinks at that time. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great holiday if you're taking it off through Sunday, and I will talk to you again no later than Monday. Take care.